Okay, here we go again. Today we will be talking about relative clauses. And we are talking about what is the function, what is the job of the relative clause, the structure of the relative clause in a sentence. Do you remember? Valen, if you remember, type. I will repeat what you say. And Asu, if you remember, just let me know.
I think is adding information.
Exactly. That is the thing. If we have to speak about functions, the job of the relative clause is very similar to the job of an adjective. It's giving you information about the subject, about a noun, about anything. You can have extra information or information. Sometimes it's not just extra information. Sometimes it's information that is very important for you to understand what we are talking about, right? Sometimes the information is extra, is saying, okay, he does this, or he lives there, or he whatever, but it is just information you want to say. Sometimes the information is not information that you want to say, but information that you need to say so that we know what we are talking about, right? Remember that we have two, that's why we have two types of relative clauses. We have here, look at this. I will use the red thing that we have here, the spotlight. Very good. So we have the defining relative clause when it is essential in the sentence and the non-defining relative clause, right? Let's go to from the beginning. You can have a relative clause modifying a subject or an object. Remember, the object is whatever it is after the verb, right? Hello, you. Hello, Agus.
Hi.
How are you, my darling? Are you sleepy?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I can imagine. At what time do you regularly wake up now that we are on holiday?
Early, but yesterday I stayed studying the city.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Oh,
and
that's a lot.
yeah,
Okay, very good. Well, how are you doing? Fine?
yeah, fine.
Yeah, very good. Well, we are working on relative clauses, and we have already said that relative clauses have the function of modifying the subject or the object in a sentence. They give us information, and we already said that the relative clauses can be defining or non-defining. Oh,
Okay.
Valen se desconectó. Okay. So,
Connect the microphone.
okay. Okay. Valen, now? No, no success. Okay. Okay. I will just briefly read everything, or maybe not everything, but some stuff. Relative clauses give extra, we said that, about a noun in the main clause. Relative clauses begin with a relative pronoun. The relative pronoun, and here is the problem, and here is why I really want to have this class. Because we still, I already said this several times, but sometimes we still make mistakes in part two. Todavía cometen errores. He visto errores en las evaluaciones anteriores. We make mistakes with relative pronouns. I noticed two things. That sometimes we don't realize it is a relative clause. A veces no nos damos cuenta que es una relative clause. And sometimes we realize it is a relative clause, but we simply put that instead of which, for example, or that instead of who. Remember, I always say that if you really want to play safe, if you have a doubt between who and that. Or if you have that, those are the doubts that you can have. Or if you have a doubt between which and that, to play safe, to be sure that we are doing right, please put which or who and forget the that. I'm not saying forget the that. Sometimes it's necessary, of course, but we are going to use one or the other depending on the fact. I will write lines so that I am more concrete, I think. Yes. We are going to use this or this and this or this depending on this. Yes, we are going to use that only when it is a defining relative clause. Look, defining relative clause. We are not going to use that in a non-defining relative clause. So what is the problem? Sometimes in a big text, we have a relative, but we don't stop to think whether it is defining or non-defining. No frenamos a hacer eso. So, to play safe, we write who or which that can be in both. All right? We only use that in defining relative clauses when the information is essential, right? Like this one. That's the car that I used to own. We are talking about the car and we are defining the car using that I used to own. All right? So when can we use that? Only. Asu?
When we are defining the
Very
object.
good. When we have a defining relative clause, all right? Not when we have the other, right? That is non-defining. Remember that defining is no commas and non-defining is commas, between commas. Remember that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, we said the subject or the object of the clause. That's the card that I used to know, of course. Combining sentences. We know this. We combine sentences using relative clauses, right? Why? Because the information that we combine is about the same thing, right? Think about this. You need to have a bond to combine using relative clauses, right? Tiene que haber un vínculo entre las oraciones para que yo pueda combinar, right? This is Jean. She bought my car. Jean is the person who bought my car. So here we have the coincidence, right? This is the link between one sentence and the other, right? Well, we're going to advanced because I wanted to do exercises. So here you have defining or non-defining relative clause. I will erase this. Defining relative clauses give important, or I would add essential information, which tell us exactly what is being referred to. So when do we use a relative clause? When there is no other way for us to define what we are talking about. Yes? You say, oh, the person, remember the girl I used to meet, blah, blah, blah. So you give information because otherwise you don't know how to say what you're talking about, right? That is defining relative clause. When it is non-defining here, right, it is just extra information that you can omit, que la podríamos no decir, right? The book, which I haven't read, was still on the shelf. What you wanted to say is the book was still on the shelf, right? The other thing is we all know which book we are talking about, okay? Well, Sometimes, and many times we do this when we are talking, we omit the relative pronoun. What is the meaning of this? We don't say it, right? We don't say it sometimes, right? In a defining relative clause, we can leave out the relative pronoun, only in defining. Yes, we cannot miss out the relative pronoun if it is the subject of the clause, of course. No podemos si es el sujeto de la oración. Eso nos damos cuenta solitos, porque no lo podemos hacer, right? Well, people, this is the grammar book, just in case you don't know, and we are going to do the exercises, all right? Do you all have your papers and pens and copybooks?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, in exercise 1, it is very simple. You have to underline, or you have to tell me, line A, B, C, D, any relative pronouns that can be left out in the sentence. You have to analyze in your mind if you can take out or not the relative pronoun, okay? Oh, this will be horrible. Well, we are correcting exercise 5. I'm sorry, I missed the others. This is Mrs. Smith. His son Bill plays in our team, and we have to use whose. This is Mrs. Smith. Yes, whose son Bill plays in our team. Very good. Very good. Her book was published last year. It became a bestseller. Her book, which was published last year, became a bestseller. Very good. And of course, in this case, we could have the commas. Her book, which was published last year, maybe it's not very important, right? Became a bestseller. We never know. This is the bank. We borrowed the money from it. This is the bank from which we borrowed the money. Very good. I told you about a person. She is at the door. The person I told you about. I was going to write without. Okay, the person who, omitting the who I told you about is at the door. Very good. And the last one, Jack's car had broken down. He had to take a bus. Jack, and we have the comma there, so we don't need to add, whose car broke down, had broken down, sorry. Down, had to take a bus. Very good, people. I will take a screenshot and I will send it to the chat. And we will go to the other exercise. And there you go. Very good. Excellent. Another one. Make one sentence from each group of sentences, beginning as shown. So here you have more information, all right? Look at this. Here you have 3 pieces of information. Okay, this is fun. Come on. Here you have, I lent you a book. A book is the link. It was written by a friend of mine. She lives in France. So a friend of mine is the link. A woman's jewels were stolen. A police officer was staying in the same hotel. Oh, okay. So here you need to understand. The woman was interviewed by him. Ah, okay. Well, I will see what you do. Trust your imagination. Excellent, Valen. Oh, sorry. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, perfect. Letter B is perfect for everyone. I will write it. Excellent. There you go. Very good. I will start writing. So number 1, you wrote, okay. No, I'm waiting for letter C. Okay, because it is really it is like this. Look at this. I will try to find the link. First of all, you need to use whose with the jewels, of course, right? Then you are going to use the last part of the sentence. Yes, the woman whose da 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 da. This is the link. Yes. So first you put this one, the sentence number 3, and then look at this. By him, you put this. All right. Valen, do you get it? First, you link it with the third sentence, and then with the third. Okay. The woman whose jewels were stolen was interviewed the woman whose jewels were stolen was interviewed by a police officer who was staying. Be careful with this, people. Also, and I will pay attention to this part, right? Was staying regard was staying in the same hotel. Very good. Letter D. A goal was scored by a teenager. Of course, this teenager had come on a substitute, and the goal won the match. So now you start from upside down, from the back. The goal which won the match. Na, 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 na. Okay. Okay. And I would have said it the other way around, but it's perfect. But remember there, after teenager, asu, I wouldn't put the comma because it is important information. Very good, that was perfect. Okay, but Valen, it's perfect, but you missed the last part. You didn't include won the match. I will write it, yes? For me, the most natural way to say it would be the goal which won the match, yes, was scored by a teenager who had come as a substitute. There are some other ways of saying the same. Like, for example, the goal which was scored, yes, scored by a teenager who had come as a substitute won the match. Very good. It's perfect. Because it is why as a substitute? Because generally, when we are speaking about jobs, we say he works as a doctor, right? Remember that? And in this case, even though substitute is not a career, but it has that like that role, right? As a substitute. Maybe in Spanish is different. Are you getting this? He works as a teacher. Well, in this case, had come on as a substitute. It came, the person came as a substitute, right? Just that. It is like the phrasal verb to came as a replacement, all right? Okay. I was sitting next to a boy in the exam. He told me the answers. We don't use which for people. Okay? Valen, you have the beginning of the sentence. The boy I. You don't repeat a boy. This was okay. No, but listen. This was okay if you had the I at the beginning, right? I was sitting next to a boy who told me the answers. It could be. But as you had the beginning here, you had to use it. The boy I. Yes, absolutely. I was. Yes. Yes. The boy I was sitting next to told me the answers. Very good. No? Ah, okay. So you have to remember it. Yes? Ah, okay. So this is what I will do. Look at this. I have a trick that can help you. I know, I did it. You have it there. Can you see it? Okay. So you're working with a mobile phone? Ah, okay. But in the computer, you can see both. Ah, okay. I received your two messages exactly at the same time, and they are exactly the same. Very good. Also, pay attention that here you had the comma, right? So you need to put the comma. It is which for things, right? So, very good. I will write it just in case for details. So my wallet, which contained over 100 pounds. Well, I don't know where to put the pound, so I will just put a pound, 100, and then I need to put the comma here because this was non-defining, right? My wallet, which contained over 100 pounds, was found in the street by a schoolboy who returned. There you go. Very good. Yes, the only problem was the which. Come on, we're missing two. Perfect. Very good, all of you. I will write it just for the recording, all right? Okay, my friend Ovid, whose motorbike. No, whose car? Sorry, my bad. Whose car was stolen last week has decided to buy a motorbike. Very good. And the last one, Carol is a vegetarian. I cooked a meal for her last week. She enjoyed it. Ah, this is difficult. Oh, okay. Ah, yes, you realized very good, quickly. So Carol, easy peasy, very good. Who is a vegetarian, enjoyed, no, wait a second, we need the comma here. So right, enjoyed a meal I cooked for her last week. There you go. Okay, now I'll take a screenshot and I'm going to send it to the chat. Paste, 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 paste. There you go. Excellent. Now I will. Very good, people. Okay. Very good. Oh, this could go. This could be. But in the chat, just write the number and the relative that you think it goes. All right? Okay. Here. Ah, you are doing it one by one? Okay. Give me a sec. They are 14. There you go. Witnesses means see something. Yes? Ser testigo de. The only person, es el verbo ese. Yes? It's okay what you wrote. Oh, number 3 is good. No, because detective is a person. Ah, yes. Well, I will explain. Don't worry. Yes, Aus. Perfect. Perfect. It's not whose, Valen. It's a difficult one, so don't worry. We will cover it and I will explain. Okay. I am doing everything and then we will correct everything. Okay. Okay. So let's start reading. Ah, you are in number 7. Okay, I will give you some more time. Okay, Asu. Very good. Number 3. Asu, check number 12. Very good, Valen, on 11, the appreciation of 11. Very good. Yes. 13 is not correct, Valen. Exactly, Asu. No. Okay. Well, people, we will correct together. I think more or less all of you have done it. So far, so good. So let's start from the beginning. Murder at the Station by Lorraine Small, episode 5. Who, I'm checking. Who, very good. Which way? Very good. 12. Very good. Okay. Okay. The story so far. Jane Platt, who is traveling to London because of a mysterious letter, is the only person, there we go, and there we have everything. Okay, here we need a subject, right? Someone doing the action. So, of course, this is who, right? Of course, it can also be that because it is a defining relative clause. Is the only person that or the only person who witnesses a murder at Victoria Station. The detective too, and this was problematic because here you needed to think in this way. She gives her statement to someone. Ella le hace una declaración a alguien. Ese alguien que es detective es el objeto de la oración. ¿A quién ella le hace algo? ¿Sí? Esta oración podría ser, she gives her statement to a detective. Yes? Ese detective es el objeto de la oración. Porque acá lo principal es que ella da esa declaración. When you are speaking about a person who is the object of the sentence, we have to use whom. Okay? Whom. Whom es el who para el objeto. Okay? Very good. The detective to whom she gives her statement then disappears. Jane goes to an office in Soho to answer the letter. Acá es otra vez defining, so we can have which or that. Yes, she had received. There she discovered that her uncle Gordon, right, who in this case it is non-defining, así que no puede ir that. Number 5 is who lives in South America, has sent her a small box. In this case, it's defining, así que puede cualquiera de los dos. Which or that. Very good. She's only to open if in trouble. Jane, now we're speaking about something that belongs to Jane. So we're going to say Jane, whose parents have never mentioned an Uncle Gordon, is suspicious of the box. Coma. So, which she gives to her friend Tony. They go to Scotland Yard and see Inspector Groves, right? again, comma, so we cannot write that. Who has not heard of the Victoria Station murder? Who has not heard of the Victoria Station murder? Now we're talking about the case, the murder. So we say which was not reported to the police. Jane gives Inspector Groves the murdered man's ticket. And here I want to clarify this. Here, of course, we can say which she found beside his body or that she found beside his body, but we can also have it in a blank. So we have three options here. We have which, we have that, and we have blank. Very good for the ones who realized. She found for everyone. She found beside his body. Then Jane and Tony decided to go to Red Hill. Think about this, because this was confusing, right? If you write here where, you are going to say that something happened here, but nothing happened here. You're just saying was the town. So you're saying to Red Hill, which, or not that, which only, which was the town where, why where here and not at the beginning in 12? Because here is when something happens. Remember, I always say this, sometimes we can treat a place as an object. If you're saying, for example, that Paris is beautiful, you say, which is a beautiful city. But if you're saying that something happened here in Paris, you're going to say where. So, for example, you want to say Paris, I don't know, the Eiffel Tower is in Paris. So you're going to say Paris, where the Eiffel Tower is, because something happens there. Do you understand? When you treat a place as an object, you use which. And when you treat place as a place that something happens there, you use where. So where the murder man had come from. On the train, they meet a man whose face is somehow familiar to Jane, and who says he knows. Okay. Oh, now I want to know what happens next. Who says he knows her Uncle Gordon. All right. I will take a screenshot just the way it is. And we're going to do one more exercise. All right. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, people, one more, right? I will erase this. Very good. You work hard. I liked it. Okay. Oh, no, I don't like this. It's just to confuse you more. Okay, yes, this one. The last one we do, all right? No, I don't think so. You people, for all of you, you will have to include maybe something else. People, very good, Asu, very good. Yes, you needed to include something else. Very good. Let us see, everyone. You need to add the one. The book I read, yes, was the one you recommended me. Very good. The ship hit an iceberg and sank. Not sank us. Just sank. The ship, which had ignored the warning messages sent to it, hit an iceberg and sank. Yes? Okay. Okay. The ship which had ignored the warning messages sent to it, hit iceberg, and sank means se hundió. All right? it is the sank like this, sorry. Very good. It is the past of sank, 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 and sang. No, sunk. This is sank, sunk, the past participle. The postman realized I was on holiday. You sent me a parcel. The postman left it next door. The postman who realized I was on holiday I was on holiday, comma, and left the parcel you sent me next door. Yes? Yes, it's the same. Very good. Excellent. I used to own a dog. People came to the door. The dog never barked at them. The dog I used to own never barked at the people who came to the door. Very good. Yes? Oh, I am far ahead and you're not sending me the sentences. Well, I will finish because I want you to have it all correct. I bought my car from a woman. She lives in a house. You can see the house over there. The woman okay. The woman I bought my car from lives in a house which you can see over there. Very good. We went to a beach on the first day of our holiday. It was covered in seaweed. Seaweed is algas. This smelled a lot. The beach okay. My car from lives in a house that you can see over there. Perfect. So the beach we went to on the first day of our holiday was covered in seaweed, which smelled a lot. Go. Oh, I cannot go back. Well, my neighbors have 3 children. The children make a lot of noise. My neighbors never apologize. My neighbors who have 3 children who make a lot of noise never apologize. My neighbors who have 3 children who make a lot of noise never Apologize. Very good. So, okay. The last one, people. Sorry, I was talking to Connie. I bought a new computer. It cost me a lot of money. The new computer that I bought or I bought, we don't need to say it, cost me a lot of money. There you go. Okay. Very good. Perfect. We can say, or we don't need to say it. People, I'm taking a screenshot. I'm sending this to the chat, and I will, of course, post the class online. All right? Please. I need to say this. I will stop sharing. There you go. And I will send you the text. There you go. Okay. Okay, listen to me very, very carefully. Necesito que me envíen todo lo que están haciendo. ¿Está claro? Valen, no me mandaste el examen. Así que necesito ver lo que hacen. ¿Puede ser? Yes? Okay, very good. Clear as water. Very good. ¿Está claro? Mándenme lo que hacen. ¿Ok? Ya la semana que viene nos vemos. Y vamos a hacer más clases todo el tiempo. ¿Ok? Bueno. Bye bye, people. Have a very nice time. Yes? Mándenme las cosas. Todo lo que vayan haciendo, mándenmelo. ¿Ok?
Okay.
Bye bye.
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 Bye. Love you. Bye.